Hello, the game has started. My opponent went first and he's exchanged. I have a vowel heavy rack and might do the same. Yeah, I think I will. Maybe Eoi. Yeah, 8 points better than changing, only just. I draw 3 A's, well, 2 A's to accompany the one I had. Now, opponent plays Kiddo. Now I have ABBA here, which leaves a decent rack leave. I just wonder if there might be... What about Bry? 20. Better score. Yeah, I'll go with this. Not a good pickup. I draw the Q and the Y. Caddy on to an I. Now I do have the U to play through, so I have keyed. Our opponents provided an A floater. There was already one up there, so nothing new. What about a PYD? No, nothing there. And I don't have an E for playing next to the R, so maybe back to the Q spot. I have keyed here. PRS not a bad rack leave, and 29 a decent score. I'm going with this. Not a good pickup. Just the one vowel. J, C and P don't go fantastically together. Okay, opponent scores well there. Airy. Now I'd like to get rid of at least a J and one P, so play of Jap. Eniac. Is Eniac good? Iliac with an L. So Jap. What about copper? I was going to say cropper, but I've only got the one R. And copper doesn't... Scopper? No. Scopper for 34. I don't know about Scopper. I think Jap looks okay. Just hope to draw some vowels, at least one. Oh, wait a minute. Jarp is good. And I do have an S. I'm going with this. Not a good pickup. Still struggling with the vowel consonant balance. have coops, I guess, yeah. Coops for 30. Coop plays quite nicely here for 30 as well, giving me the S front hook, although there are 3 S's and 2 blanks to come. So the volatility levels are fairly high if I'm to play Coop, Job, and Coop. Okay, opponent plays Fon. Now, what does Coop's score achieve? 2 H's to come, CH, that's 30. It's a good score. Do I play Coop for the same score and hope to draw into a bingo? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the more volatile move. Okay. Elogize. Eulogize through a U. Elegize. I don't think there's a... I don't know about elegize. Why am I... Elegize, that's madness. It's not good. It's eulogize or something else. Elegize, maybe. So perhaps there isn't a 7 here. Eloins. What about the P? Unlikely. What about Logies? 38. Elogies. Elogies? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Gee, almost missed the bingo there. Now I've drawn the blank, but the rest of the rack pretty dire. V, W, and F don't go well together. Few is good, but nothing to come down. Looking around the board for the vowels to play through, not many floating out in the open. Dord. 17. Fond. Yeah, fond looks a bit better. Or what about Dauf? 34, that's the play. If it remains available, that's the one I'm going with. It does remain available. Opponent scores 49. Big score. Shocking pickup. I left myself with blank VN, which wasn't terrible, but I picked up this dross. So, vellum through an E, or mvule, but no E out in the open. Vuln is good, VULN. Aura takes an M. UNY, no good, otherwise that would have been a decent score. Opponent takes my spot. And I think it's time to exchange. Just scanning the board one last time. Horam, no. Okay, let's get rid of the dross. How many N's? 3 N's to come. I was thinking of hanging on to an N. No, I think the Q's gone as well. So I think just the blank I'll keep. It's not a bad pickup, but it is a closed board. Uneaten onto... Oh, okay, opponents provided an E or A hook. Brand, I don't think, takes an A, but... So I'll be looking at ATE ending words. Unelated onto a D, but what about double E ending words? And front hooks for Hora, Shora, no. Okay, I need to... What about words ending in A? Unelate is not good. What about EAU ending words? Tonu, but no, that's not going to work. Wow, this is proving... I'm sure there's plenty of bingos ending in an E. What about the C? No, it would be IC at the end. Anuretic, no good. Wow, I'm just not seeing a... What about a Q? Equante, no. I can't see it. I just... Mine's gone blank. I just cannot see it. Anyway, I'll go with je. Okay. What have we got here? There's got to be something here, surely. Manate. Ah, but that's two N's, not two T's. Twixt, okay. Thora, no. I'm going to play mutate. I just can't see. No, not seeing it. Okay, finally. Vintage. That'll work. Veganic. Not quite. But vintage is definitely good. Negative. That's an 8. So I've got to end in an E or an A or an O or an I guess. What about something ending in OR? No, not seeing that. Vintage. Vintages. Don't like the idea of leaving a V there. Horror. I'm just wondering if there is a front hook. It feels like there might be. Okay, opponents played. So is there a word ending in T something? Well, this is quite strategic, I think, because can't parallel play the V and it doesn't provide floaters. I'm low on time. I guess I need to start playing quicker. I have Vug, V-U-G-G. I'll play it here. Is there a bingo? Do I just take out the floaters? That kills the lane. Yeah, I think I will. I'll play Venge to make it even more difficult to bingo through any floaters. Venges, yeah. Vengules, is that a word? Vengule. Why does that... No. Venges, yeah. And then... Assinaus is a word. Opponent's got... I think Assinaus is good. Doesn't play anywhere. Can he play onto the C? 8 ending in IC. Kanausik or something weird like that. Hopefully not. He had auctions and cautions through the T if I didn't block it. Unco and... Oh, I've gone over time. That's okay. I've got enough time here. I'll go with lure for 16. And that's the end of the game. 375 to 320. Let's see what I missed. Opponent went with an exchange there. Obia or Uoi, similar equities. And then Dodkin for 29. Opponent went with Kiddo. Abrade, that's quite nice, but it does... Yeah... I don't know about leaving the D in the trip lane for 29 points. Equity's quite high, but I guess, yeah, it doesn't factor in the comeback score from opponent, I don't think. I went with Bry for 20. And a bit safer. Now, Inia for 13. Opponent goes with L10 placement, and keyed for 29 was best from this position. Airy comes down for 30 and Irie for 39. That's a big score. H11 getting the Y doubled. Irie. Or Irie with an E. Okay, opponent went with Airy. Now, Job for 26. Yeah, so analyzers suggesting Jap. And I think the reason I added the volatility was because I had the S. And Job just created a slightly better vowel consonant balance as well. Opponent then goes with Fon for 26. Oh, he's got a decent rack, but no bingo. Fon and then Coop for 30. Hoping to draw into a bingo, which I did. Smite for 39, top score. Well, top score was Misset. for 46. Wow, M2. Miss set. Wow, that's a nice parallel. That's 2/3 of a bingo, but Smite was pretty good as well. Look at the rack leave, ST, decent. So Elegies for 91 was the only bingo. Took me a while to get there. And Tsar for 49 comes down. So now opponent's only about 25 behind. And then Dauf for 34 was best from this rack. And close to bingo territory for opponent, but no bingo on offer. Wraiths, I think, might be good. WRAITHS. Maybe not. I'll have to check that one. Ha for 34, and then a shocker of a rack. Vam for 18 at G9. Vam and Mad. Well, yeah, it doesn't really achieve much apart from a semi-decent score, but it kills this lane. There are bingos ending in A. So I don't know if would have... Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say, but I think... Yeah, maybe slightly better than changing. Anyway, I did change, and then opponent has Pwin for 16 with a decent rack leave. He goes with Brand, and now Jaunty Cuneate Tunage. No excuse for missing these two, Cuneate and Tunage. Jaunty, yeah, a little bit further back in the recesses of the memory banks, but yeah, the other two I've played before. Tutrix and Twixt. Tutrix, look at that, getting the X tripled and the whole word doubled. Very nice. Tutrix. Opponent scores 30 though, and a good rack leave. Now Tormenta. This rack was tormenting me, and I had Tormenta was the only bingo playable. Tricky to spot. It is a word I've seen, but I just couldn't see it this time. Now Hustler, that didn't play, but yeah, opponent had Fit PHT, however you pronounce that one, with a very good rack leave, but on a board that's not exactly... Well, you've got the E hook here from these remaining tiles, so maybe it was worth doing. He creates a more useful opening, and that gives me Vintage for 74, which blocked any parallel plays next to the V. So strategically I think that one made most sense. And then opponent, he had Tale for 18. Similar idea, he goes with Teller, and no bingo here. Now Vug suggested Vug would have blocked auctions and cautions, but I think it made more sense to make 100% sure of blocking all three of these floaters, the T, E and L. Those were the only tiles opponent could play through, the only letters. and that achieved the end. So Asenau, no spot for a bingo. Unco for 24 was best, and then Lure came down for 16. So that was the end of the game. Yeah, a few misses, but a pretty good game. Just had to really make sure of blocking the bingo lanes at the end there, and I was fairly low on time, so quite exciting. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.